Hey, what's up? We're on the other side of October. It's not spooky anymore. It's just a cornucopia of browns and oranges, foliage, and turkey coming up. Black Friday later this month. You'll be loving that. I don't even know. I lost steam already. Okay, this we're done with horror. We're finished Saw. All right, that's in our rear view mirror. All right, Jigsaw. Saw is in the word jigsaw. By the way, I don't know if you knew that. Um, so this week, Logan tried to veto. All right, so Logan tried to veto this week. I chose Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I chose it for a reason. I think. Well, let's bring him in. Hey, Logan, be a dare over there on the ones and the twos.
Yeah, I'm here. What was the reason?
Uh, so I feel like you were resistant to this because you're sick of doing kids franchises.
Yeah.
All right, but two things. A, you have to understand, I did this show with Henry for like 7 years, and I was never able to get him to do kids franchises. So let me have this. And B, I never really thought of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids as a kids movie. Like, this was a family movie. Everyone fucking saw this thing. Like, there's a writer I like named Nathan Rabin, and he has a column called Forgot Busters, where he takes movies that were like big hits at the time, but that like no one talks about today and discusses them. And I feel like that's kind of true of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, yeah, there were sequels, and yeah, there's going to be a reboot or something, but like, I feel like Rick Moranis retired after this movie. None of the kids went on to great fame. And like, this movie just sort of died out. But like, at the time, we all saw this. This was the number 5 movie of 1989.
I did notice like a lot of different stuff in this movie that gets repeated in other movies. I understand why this is a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger deal than people realize today.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, maybe it just didn't stand the test of time. People aren't still watching it. But now it's on D plus. I feel like kids should be rediscovering this shit. I saw
There's not like a new show or anything, right? Like Mighty Ducks, that made a new show.
they're
That's
they're
talked about. This isn't
they're
really talked about.
it's already ordered, dude.
Yeah.
It hasn't. It's not coming out yet, but I mean, we'll talk about Honey I Shrunk the Kids the next couple weeks. They are making a sequel to Honey I Shrunk the Kids called Shrunk, starring Cy, Josh Gad as
Psy?
Rick Moranis. No, not Cy from Daddy and Gentleman, his two best songs.
Oh,
Um, no, Josh Gad is playing Rick Moranis'
oh,
son grown up.
okay.
A real bummer. So,
Yeah, I like
I
this
mean,
kid.
so people might be talking about Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but no one like people now that like didn't see it back then. No one's gonna want to. Oh, that new Josh Gad movie. Let me go watch the original. No
Does
one's
this
gonna care.
does this kid repeat in the future films?
Which kid?
His Rick Moranis' son.
I think the kids are. I think they're the same in the first two, and then there might be some recasting happening in that third one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Do we know
I
who
think
else is in
there's
the?
I think there might even be recasting of some of the adults in the third one. Like it might just be Rick Moranis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fine, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
do we know who else is in the Josh Gad version?
No. All we know is Josh Gad and that Joe Johnston is coming back to direct.
Holy cow!
Yeah, could you believe it? I mean, I guess his career is going nowhere. Let's talk
Yeah, I
about
guess
him.
so. Yeah,
Joe
sure.
Johnston's the director of this film. He was a Steven Spielberg protege.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he did special effects work for like the Indiana Jones movies, and then
And
he got to
Star
direct.
Wars stuff.
Yeah. Well, Lucas and Spielberg like to work with the same people because they're buddies. Remember they hung out on that beach together that one time?
Yeah, they came up with Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. Um, so Joey Johnston, this is his first opportunity to direct a feature film. Honey,
Yeah,
I
this was
Shrunk
kind
the
of shocking
Kids.
actually, learning this. If this was like he just like directed this movie.
Yeah, and
But
I gotta say, he kind of comes to the screen fully formed as a filmmaker. Like, I'm not a big Joe Johnston fan, but the guy definitely has a style which is like steeped in like retro serials and sci-fi and shit like that.
yeah,
And like this and The Rocketeer are his first two movies, and that's like a pretty good example of the kind of shit he does.
Yeah. You
I
don't
don't think he
like
ever topped him.
you don't like his what's his Marvel movie? Captain
The
America?
first Captain America. Yeah. You want to hear my Joe Johnston ranking? Is that worth reading?
Yeah, sure. How many you
I've,
got?
I've
10?
seen 8 movies that this guy's made. All right.
All right. Yeah.
I think maybe the only one I haven't seen is that Nutcracker and the Four
Oh, good for
Realms.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Um,
That's embarrassing. I didn't know he did that.
I don't believe that he did it all the way. Like, I think the director got shit canned before the end of filming because like the budget was so wildly over, and they replaced him with Joe Johnston.
Okay. All right.
Um, all right, JJ, here he is. I've seen 8 of his movies. Number 8, his worst movie, The Page Master with Macaulay Culkin.
Is that like half animated, half not animated?
Yeah, it is. And I remember that in the animated parts, it's different actors' voice, like representations of all the genres. So there's like a character in it that's drama and comedy. It sucks.
Like Inside Out, kind of.
um, yeah, but not genius.
Okay.
Number 7, Hidalgo, the most adult film he's ever made. Probably this dude likes just retro bullshit for like kids
12-year-olds.
and well, really, he doesn't even make shit for 12-year-olds. He makes shit for like boomers that never grew up because all of his movies feel like movies from like the 50s and shit.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, so that's number 7. Number 6, Jurassic Park 3,
quit the list.
featuring one of your favorite characters of
Billy.
all time, Billy, who you
Yep.
used to jump off of your couch and with a turtle as a backpack and use it as a parachute and
Yep.
pretend to be Billy.
Yep. That's
I
right.
like to bring that up often. Number 5, Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yep.
Number 4 is he did the first Jumanji. How about that?
Yeah, that's right.
That's another one that feels mad old. All right, number 3 is I guess this is spoiling my opinion, but this. Number 2, October Sky. You host the show. I don't care anymore.
All right, number 3, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Number 2, October Sky. Number 1, what was your number 1 Joe Johnston film?
The Rocketeer.
Oh, wait, what was number 2 then? October Sky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said it properly.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I guess I'm hosting the show. I made a list, D-Train, because this movie has a comma in the title, and I was thinking, what are some other great films with commas in the title? So I came up with 10, okay?
All right, what
You hate me so much. Oh my god.
I don't hate you. I hate this show. I don't want to do it anymore.
I haven't even seen some of these, but these are some I think you would like. I thought this would be kind of fun. It's a unique title, has a comma. Not all titles have commas. All right. Anyway, here we go. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's a great one, right?
Do you feel that there should be a comma before the and?
I was thinking about this. There are a few like this, and only one of them has it. I don't know how I feel.
When I was a younger man, I used to insist on that last comma because it's like a yes or no, and I'm a yes. But lately, I gotta say, I haven't been writing that comma so much.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel, to be honest. I'm usually like I have a very good opinion, very strong opinion, but I don't know. I think it depends. You know,
On what?
mood. I don't know. All right, number 2. This isn't in any order, by the way. I Tanya.
Well, there's a lot of I somethings.
Oh yeah, what are the others? I Robot.
I Claudius.
Is that a good movie? I only included 10 movies. You can only get 10 movies into 10 movies.
I think it's like an old play. I don't know. Keep going.
All right. I Tanya. How about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? Huh?
Yes, that has commas in it.
Well, comma, singular. All right. Hey, D-Train. I love you, man.
Slapping the bias.
Oh, yeah. Should I try and
Slap
find a clip
the
of Henry?
bias.
No, that'd be
No, I'm
impossible.
doing it. I'm doing it for Henry.
Okay.
That was a shout out to Henry.
All right. Monsters, Inc.
That is a comma?
Yeah, Monsters Incorporated.
Comma incorporated. Yeah. Okay.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of these that you're giving me, they're just lists.
I
Titles that are lists.
I came up with the 10 that are the best. I didn't include Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, by the way. Maybe I should have, according to you. All right. Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Yeah, again, 3. This is a titling convention I think we're learning, is you pick 3 things, it's something, something, and something. Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
There's also, which I didn't include, Me, Myself, and Irene, and You, Me, and Dupree. Didn't include either of those.
Yeah.
But could have done those. But also, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, there is that second comma. So, shout out to them for including that second comma.
Interesting.
Good night and good luck.
Are you certain that has a comma?
Good night, comma, and good luck, period.
Interesting. I would not have pegged that to have a comma.
Yeah, well, you would have been wrong. Hi, Mom. Brian De Palma.
The De Palma film, yeah.
Yep. And last, but certainly not least, dude, where's my car?
Yeah, that's the best one you mentioned.
All right, better than
what a film.
Yeah, what a film. All right, well, there's my list.
All right, that got some wind under my sails.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're so.
Oh, I have something else.
Oh, okay.
All right,
great.
The writers. One of the writers was this guy Ed Neha.
Yeah. Well, can we get into the writers?
Well, I don't know anything about that other guy, but this guy Ed Neha, he wrote the movie Troll. Okay, which means that he came up with the name Harry Potter.
You're right.
How about that?
Yeah. Do you think he should get royalties?
I think he should, and maybe he does. I was actually interested in that.
Could be. Yeah, he did write that. This movie has like sort of a weird history of writing. It got its start as a Stuart Gordon and Brian Yuzna film. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
No.
But they're like these indie horror hounds. They're all about crazy body horror and mad scientist shit. They wrote and directed, Stuart Gordon directed Reanimator and From Beyond and Castle Freak. Yeah, dude. I mean, these are the dudes that like severed a head and made it give a blowjob.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids got its start in like a very different place from where it ended up. And the original title was Teeny Weenies, which sounds kiddie, but also could be creepy as fuck. So they were working on it. Then when Joe Johnston got a hold of it, he's the one who gave it to his fella Ed Naha to rewrite as like a kids movie or a family movie anyway. And he did. He actually... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ed Naha actually worked with Stuart Gordon and Brian Yuzna on this. They knew each other because they had worked together on this horror movie called Dolls. All right. Which is not a bad movie. About
better or worse than Dolly Dearest?
Better.
Okay.
Definitely better. Yeah. In Dolly Dearest, aren't they like... That's a weird movie. It's like a family that moves to Mexico because the dad is like running a factory down there.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Weird.
Yep.
All right. So then the final script is by this dude Tom Schulman, and he's Hollywood hack Tom Schulman, who wrote Dead Poets Society and What About Bob and Medicine Man. Fuck that guy.
You're like, what about Mooseport? I thought people liked that movie.
It's okay. Welcome to Mooseport. So, a script so bad it ended Gene Hackman's career.
Wow.
All right. So the film finally gets made by Disney. By the way, it came out June 23rd, 1989. My whole family went to see it. I don't know if we saw it in theaters. I certainly don't remember it because I was 3.
Yeah.
But like,
your sister's 10?
Yeah, like we watched this a lot, me and my sister.
Yeah.
Like we didn't own this on VHS, but we watched, it must have been on a lot. And we definitely saw Blew Up the Kid in theaters.
Yeah, it's kid, singular, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. But the second one is plural again?
Yeah, I always hated that title, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, because...
Oh, it's Ourselves, the second one, right? Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves?
No, that's the third one. The second one is Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh, I had them reversed. Okay.
And what that means, blowing up the kid, is that they made a kid really giant. Like it's a giant kid.
Yeah.
But to me, it just sounds like you made your kid explode.
Like the apple in this movie.
Honey, I blew up the kid. Yeah, in fact, in this movie,
Yeah.
they use the term blowing up, and it's not meant to make them bigger. It's meant to blow something up.
Yeah, I caught that also. You're right.
All right. No consistency in the dialogue.
What should they have called it? Honey, we expanded our child?
Honey, you got to get a look at this kid.
Why is it only one kid? Why is it only one kid?
Well, because you can't have like a bunch of giant kids running around. In this case, you could have little kids in the little backyard running through the grass and shit. But like, what, you can have like 5 different giant kids stomping around Las Vegas?
That's a great point. That is a great point.
It would be like fucking Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
But isn't it like a little kid?
Yeah,
like in the poster, toddler. It's a little kid.
Yeah, he's an additional kid.
But it's this dad also?
Like the mom gets pregnant
What?
between Shrunk the Kids and Blew Up the Kid.
Dude.
And I'll tell you what, that makes me feel really happy for the Zelensky family because they're having a little bit of marital woes in this first one.
Yeah, they are.
You know?
I really didn't expect that.
No, they worked through it, and I don't even think they had that kid to save the marriage. They were just flat out raw dogs.
And it was an accident.
Yeah, and it was an accident.
Oh.
They almost named it an accident, but they were like, all right, we'll name it Adam instead.
He already had a vasectomy. He was so strong, though.
Well,
it still happened.
But he did the vasectomy himself, and he's such a crazy bad scientist that he fucked it up. Oh, all right.
By the way, this happens in Gremlins too. Not the second Gremlins.
Gremlins 2, the new batch?
No, but in Gremlins, where like the dad is like making crazy inventions all over the house, right? Isn't that a part of that movie?
Yeah, I feel like mad scientist culture was more of a thing back then. This was like that was a story trope, okay? Like dating back centuries or whatever. Like the one everybody points to is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, right? But even Reanimator is like a mad scientist movie. But I feel like we've now crossed over to a place where there's something that seems dangerous about science. And it's like, if there's a mad scientist out there, that's a villain in a movie. You can't make like a funny, likable mad scientist.
What about Don't Look Up? Was that guy like a likable mad scientist?
I don't think he was like a mad scientist. I think that dude was just a scientist.
You're right, but he was like the likable version. That's what made him not mad.
He was a bland scientist because he was played by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, come on. But he was married to Melanie Linsky, right? Or whatever her name is.
Was she? Oh yeah, I remember watching that movie and just thinking like,
but then he cheated on her?
Leonardo DiCaprio would ever fuck Melanie Linsky. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Jesus. Leonardo DiCaprio wouldn't fuck Melanie Linsky with your dick, Logan.
Yeah, well, he expanded, isn't he, with like a 27-year-old now? He's with like one of the Hadids, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to date a few months. That's the kind of thing where it's like when you got two people that hot, they just got to fuck each other a little.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking, actually, was he was with Giselle before
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Brady.
Like might
way
be time
back in
to
the
go
day.
back.
Yeah, like timing would be crazy.
Except she's a hag to him now.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that part.
She's like in her 40s. It's ancient to Leo.
That's so crazy how Tom Brady's won like 3 games this season and he threw away his whole marriage.
I know. And he sucks this season. The whole team just sucks.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It rules. I mean, honestly, like, we say that, but if he's not in that marriage, it's because he doesn't want to be. Like, the guy probably, like, went home, spent 1 week with his family, and was like, this fucking sucks. I'm not doing this the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. He retired and was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. All right. This film was originally written for Chevy Chase. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. He turned it down because he was offered Christmas Vacation around the same time, and that was like a huge payday for him, you know?
Yeah, probably a good choice.
Yeah. So then, who do you think they offered it to next? Rick Moranis?
No, since you're asking me, I'm gonna go with Bruce Willis.
That was a good read, but no, it wasn't Bruce Willis. It was the opposite of Bruce Willis, John Candy.
He is the opposite of Bruce Willis. It would have been great. Him like in the thing on the backyard swinging around, right?
Oh, you're right. He would have been great. By the way,
He would have
was
crushed the
that
kids though.
was that thing the most impressive invention that Zelensky made in the entire
No, he
movie?
fucking shrunk things. That was successful. He really
But
did
I
shrink
could
things and
not
bring them
believe
back.
I couldn't believe that he banged together that little like Rube Goldberg pulley system so quickly. He was really like
That was from
suspended.
scratch in like
Oh
6 hours.
yes,
That is impressive. I
I
didn't
mean
really
that's
notice that.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that is pretty great. That would have been good though. Like John Candy falls and shakes the ground, and it's like a big crazy action sequence for the
Oh, that
kids.
would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Poor. Oh, why is John Candy dead? That sucks.
Not at the time, he wasn't.
No, I'm just saying. Like sometimes I remember that, and it bums me out.
Yeah, it is sad.
So Candy was offered the role. Candy turned it down, but he suggested to the producers, "Why don't you get my boy Rick Moranis?
Yeah.
We used to do SCTV together. He's great." So they were like, "Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Let's get that guy." So they offered it to Moranis. He was like, "Yeah, absolutely. You want me to star in a movie? Fuck yeah."
Has he never starred in a movie before?
I mean, I can't. Up to this point, I think he'd always been just like on the rise. He was like the dude from Ghostbusters. He would get roles like that.
Right. Well, I love
Yeah,
him.
I love him too. Um, he retired after this franchise and just he's gone now.
He retired in the 90s?
Yeah. I think
What?
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves might have been the last movie he did before he retired.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah. All right. This movie was made for $18 million. And I'll tell you what, it made 222.7 million at the box office. That's a lot of
A lot of quiche.
yeah, a lot of profit,
Yeah.
baby.
18 million seems like a lot of money.
It is. I mean, they had to build all those sets of giant things.
Especially back then. That's like 30K or whatever.
I gotta say, when I was a kid, it did appeal to me when things were giant. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's all I got. So in Super Mario Brothers 3, one of
Never
the
saw it.
worlds
Or never
no,
played
the
it.
game.
Never played it.
No, one of the worlds that you go to was like Giant World, and it was just like it was like a normal Mario world, but everything was huge, like huge turtles and huge like
Yeah.
question mark things and huge coins.
Yeah.
And like and that was always very appealing to me. So I gotta say, when Honey I Shrunk the Kids, when I saw this, I liked that. And then we go to Disney World, all right, when I'm 11 years old. And Honey I Shrunk the Kids had like a huge little section of Disney World.
Yeah, was everything giant?
Everything was giant. Yeah, you go into this place. I mean, it's like a big area where it's like the backyard. You're in the backyard,
Yeah.
And there's like a giant ant and the glass, that you're like running
The
across
Lego,
blades of
Lego?
grass. Yeah, it was baller. And they also
Do you like that
had
that dinosaur toy? Nick has a dinosaur toy that scares one of the kids at one moment. Did you catch that?
honestly no.
Oh. I was like, did that get him Jurassic Park 3? Did someone watch that? And they were like, we gotta get this guy a Jurassic Park toy.
No. Do you remember like he was like begging Spielberg, like if you ever decide not to do a sequel, I want to do it.
Yeah. I love him.
And then I think Spielberg just like felt bad.
And then he really crushed it, in my opinion.
I mean, it's no longer the worst Jurassic Park movie.
It hasn't been since it came out.
No, it has been since it came out. I think it was finally topped this year.
Okay.
How about the great noms? Oh wait, I was talking about Disney. So there was also a thing, Honey I Shrunk the Audience. Are you familiar with this?
Kind of.
Okay. Because you might be, because it existed until 2010. I read that they finally got rid of it in 2010 and replaced it with some like Avatar bullshit or something. And so like people were still like, I bet like there were people who didn't even know this was based on a movie going to see this in Disney World.
Wow, I don't think that's true.
Maybe not. But the only thing I remember about Honey I Shrunk the Audience was they would do a thing where they'd blow air on your legs in the movie, something that happens is they have a bunch of mice and they escape at one point and they're all over and they blow air on your legs to make it seem like there's a bunch of
Ooh.
mice running around, and it is I hated it at the time and I still remember what it feels like. It traumatized me.
Yeah, I like that. It's like 4DX or whatever.
Yeah, rumble seats.
Yeah.
um this movie made 222.7 million at the box office. It came in at number 5 for
Whoa, wow.
1989. Yeah, do you want to guess the rest of the 10?
Yeah, I've got a few. Batman, 89.
Yeah, that's number 1. What a huge movie it was.
Back to the Future. Wait, 2, right?
Very good. Yeah, that's number 6.
Isn't 3 in the 90s? It has to be if I guess this is 89.
It's 1990. Yeah,
That's so weird to me, right?
it is. Yeah, it feels so 80s, those movies.
Yeah, also the end of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's number 2.
Pet Cemetery.
No, that's
The
a
little
hard no.
The Little Mermaid.
No. All right, number 10.
When Harry Met Sally.
No.
What the fuck?
10 is Dead Poet Society. All right, that horrible movie. So what a year it was for that Tom Schulman guy, right?
Yeah, wow.
Hacky Schulman. Number 9, Parenthood. Not the Superior Jason Tatum's show on NBC, but the Steve Martin movie. Number 8, Driving Miss Daisy.
Wow.
All right.
The Best Picture winner, right?
Yes, a beautiful film about a black man driving a white lady around and
better than
friends.
Do the Right Thing. Way better than Do the Right Thing.
It would have been if they fucked. I always thought Driving Miss Daisy sucks because they don't have sex. I think
who's the woman?
Miss Daisy.
I know. Who's the actor?
It's Jessica Tandy. She's this really old lady. But I always thought Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy should just fuck once. Get it out of their systems.
You ever see Green Book? That happens
No.
in that movie.
Does it?
You ever seen Green Book?
No, I skipped it.
Oh, you gotta watch Green Book.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God, you're going to recommend me this and fucking God. All right.
You ever want to see Viggo and Mahershala get it on hardcore?
Wait, they fuck in that movie?
I cannot believe you haven't seen Green Book. That's not spoiled for you?
I didn't know they were gay.
Well, he didn't know either.
Wait, this is like, oh, no wonder it won Best Picture. It's gay and race.
Yeah, it's like Moonlight all over again.
Yeah, but Moonlight was good.
I'm just kidding. They're not gay in that movie.
Oh, I totally
really
believed you. You really
one.
did. I bought that 100%. Hook, line, and sinker. All right, number 7 on the list was Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, busting made them feel good. They rode around New York with the Statue of Liberty in tow.
He's not in that one, Moranis?
I think he is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what a year for Moranis.
Yeah.
Number 6, Back to the Future 2. 5 was this. 4, Look Who's Talking, which we covered a while back.
Yep.
Was that with Henry?
Yep, that was like the last thing you did, basically.
Yeah. And then 3, Lethal Weapon 2. The best Lethal Weapon movie, in my humble opinion, yes.
Oh. What did Henry think? Did he agree with that?
I think he thought the first one, but he liked my opinion. Like, he was like, that's a good take.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Are your favorite Die Hards the first Die Hard?
Yeah.
It's not like the third one or anything?
No. I mean, look, there are other good Die Hard movies, but like that first movie's perfect.
There's like 3 good Die Hard movies. There's actually like 4 of them. The first 4 are all kind of good.
Yeah, all of them are good except that stupid Russia one.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
All right, I feel like people are coming around on Justin Long again.
By the way,
Barbarian.
I called him a Scream Queen like a month ago, and I saw like a million tweets calling him a Scream Queen 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They got like 1 trillion likes, and I was like, if only people
Here's
listen to
the
this,
problem.
I called him that.
Here's the problem, Logan, is I watched him in that movie House of Darkness by Neil LaBute, and nobody saw that movie. So like when I brought that movie up, you were like, oh, look, he's kind of a Scream Queen. But now like Barbarian came out, which everyone saw, so people are catching up to you.
And loved.
Yeah, well, I did too. We'll talk about it on Friday on Hey, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
This movie won a BAFTA. I paused for the Henry theme.
Yeah.
It won the best visual effects.
I actually don't know if I have that theme, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I feel like there's one theme I don't have that's not on the website.
It's got to be on there.
It's not, I don't think.
Maybe I could get Henry to email it to you.
And I've like tried to find other BAFTA winners, but it's like it's too complicated.
You should make a BAFTA theme.
I'd rather find his.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Just play like William Regal's entrance music. Do you know that was my original idea for the theme song of the franchise?
Why?
When I first pitched the franchise to Henry, I pitched it to him that I wanted to use William Regal's entrance music as the theme song because I liked how proper it sounded. It's like harpsichord and like, remember, you know how like the franchise logo originally was like very, I don't know. I had like a whole aesthetic in mind, and now it's different because like you made it pink and shit. No, it's fine. I like it.
Who made the theme song? Didn't Henry make the theme song? Somebody made the theme song.
Henry and Jason Anthony Harris of Public Speaking did the theme song
right.
together. You know what annoys me is there was a remix of that theme song that we used to use for Patreon shows that you never use.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I can do that. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's probably on there somewhere.
But I mean, we have like the commentary. I think that's fine without an intro. I kind of like those just starting. But the other stuff we have the watching here intro. Comp Beast, we have an intro for that. We have an intro for everything. Because of Tim. We got Tim.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Let's keep going. So, Saturn Awards.
Saturn is between Uranus and Neptune. Saturn Awards. Sci-fi best of films.
It was nominated for the... So, Saturn Awards also, by the way, they had no shot because they were covering... They were covering 2 years too. It's 1989 and 1990, so both Back to the Futures were eligible. So it's crazy. Yeah, they lost Best Music to Back to the Future 3 because you had a lot of Western shit. And then they nominated for Best Science Fiction Film of the Year, and it lost to Total Recall.
Oh, okay. That's
all
cool.
right. And it lost visual effects to Back to the Future 2 because that one has the hoverboard.
Yeah.
And finally, 3 of the actors in this film were nominated for the Best Younger Actor Award.
Okay.
Best performance under 18. Which 3 were nominated?
Oh, I like all 4 of them.
Who got snubbed?
I'm going to guess Russell.
You're going to guess Russell, played by Thomas Wilson Brown. By the way, that threw me off because Thomas Wilson is the name of the dude who plays Biff in Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so when this movie started, I was like, is Biff in this movie? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
Yeah. Anyway, you're wrong. That guy was nominated.
His brother, then?
All 3 boys were nominated. Oh. They snubbed the great Amy O'Neill.
Wow, the heart of the film.
I totally agree. I love Amy O'Neill. She's my MVP.
I agree with you.
I think she carries this motherfucker. She's in it as much as how dare you. And I gotta say, I looked her up. What a fascinating person.
Yeah.
All right. Listen to this. After her interest in acting had waned, she quit in 1994 after getting scripts that required nudity. All right?
Yeah.
She met an old childhood friend who owned a few circus acts, and as she watched him work, she became interested in circusing. Okay, so now she's part of the performance art community in Los Angeles. And in 2002, she joined the Hollywood, Alabama trio.
Whoa.
Yep. Girls on Stilts. All right?
Yeah. Wow.
Girls on Stilts. So that's what she does now. She does performance art on stilts.
Still, I mean, that was 2002. 20 years ago.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's amazing, though.
Here's another little note on her Wikipedia page that interested me, Logan. She doesn't have any children and is not currently married, but hoping to start a family with someone who isn't intimidated by her work as a performer. I have no idea why that's on her Wikipedia page.
But you're not intimidated.
Let me put something out there. I am not intimidated by circus work. Amy O'Neill, look me up.
How old is she? Not that old, 40?
She's probably like my age, right?
No, I mean, you were 3 years old.
Yeah,
I guess she's like 45.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. She's probably
48,
in her 40s. Yeah.
Something.
That seems about right.
Wow, that's incredible.
All right, so the great Amy O'Neill. I wanna give a special shout out to my MVP.
Did any of those kids win that award?
No,
Best
they
young
actually
actor?
they lost in a show of nepotism that bothered me to a fella named Aiden Jodorowsky, which is fucking Jodorowsky's son.
Am I supposed to know Jodorowsky?
Jodorowsky, yeah, he's a classic filmmaker of The Holy Mountain and El Topo. He's probably best known these days for almost directing Dune in the 70s. And they made a documentary about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an incredible filmmaker, but I'm not so sure we needed to reward his son's acting in one of his random movies from 1990.
You haven't seen that movie? You don't know if
No,
he deserves
I have
it?
not seen Santa Sangha.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all the noms.
No MTV? Sorry, guys, you don't get to hear the.
I don't know that
MTV?
the MTV were they around in '89.
I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes we'll be doing an old movie and you'll be like, the MTV. And I'll be like, what? That's crazy. They were around back then.
I feel like I want to say their first year was 91 or 92, and like T2 might have won like the first Best Movie award.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds cool.
But maybe I'm talking out of my ass. 1992.
I
I just
think
looked
you're
it
right.
up. June 10th, 1992. 30 years ago. That was the first ever. And the winner of Best Movie that year, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I fucking nailed that.
Wow. Should we do a award bros for the 30th year anniversary of the MTV Awards?
Maybe. Hey, considering I got that right, can I address a recent review of our show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
How recent?
A couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just bear with me while I find it. I really appreciated the review. This person gave us 3 stars.
Oh.
Okay. 3 stars. And
That's what I gave Suspiria.
yeah,
So,
this
not
is
that
written.
bad.
This is written by someone named Scarlet Minded. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She or he says, "Wow, the quality of this show has gone a bit downhill since Henry."
Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard that D Train is right. Hey, you don't get to call me D Train.
Yeah. You don't
All
like
right.
the show.
Listen, you're talking shit.
I can't believe she said, wow, the quality has
I
dipped.
know.
That's funny.
All right. I just heard that D Train is right to say that there are no sister directors, but how about the Soska sisters? They're pretty well known. That was just off the top of my head, and I'm a casual movie viewer. All right.
Wow.
Can I just
She fucking pwned you?
Can I address that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'd never heard of the Soska sisters, no. And I felt weird when I read that. I was like, should I have heard of these people? First of all, I'm annoyed by that review because I mean, you can't. Yeah, you are a casual movie viewer, but I'm not. All right, you can't call me a casual movie viewer. I have a podcast about movies. I watch like 20 movies a week.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I know way more about movies than literally anybody you know in your entire life. Okay, and so the Soska sisters, I looked them up. You know what their most known film is?
No idea.
Leave No Trace 2, the sequel to the movie by the WWE starring Kane as a serial killer, The Undertaker's brother.
Wait, that's
Kane.
not Leave No Trace. That's See No Evil.
That's what I meant. See No Evil 2.
I was like, they made us Leave No Trace too?
No, that would be great. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I
was like, these people might be established. That first one was pretty good.
All right, but granted, those are sister directors that made that movie. So to do
Is
some
Kane
further
back for See No Evil 2?
Yeah, he is.
That's awesome.
To do some further research, I looked up sibling directors, okay? And I found an enormous list of like over 100 sibling director teams, okay? Logan, I am not exaggerating when I tell you there was one female duo on that list, and it was this group, the Soska sisters. So come on. You heard of one thing that I've never heard of, and all of a sudden you're better than me?
Yeah, they made...
All of a sudden my show sucks?
Yeah, that's not cool. They should have... sat down, thought about what they were typing before they typed it out, and then thought about what they were going to send before they sent it, and then erased it. And I'd done that.
Also, a bit tired that Logan gets yelled at a lot for not knowing things when Daniel is wrong about sister directors.
I agree with that. That was a good point. That's a great point.
All right.
You should get yelled at way more.
I'm sure I can think of more given time. More. She or he says, "I'm sure I can think of more sister directors given time."
Right.
I'll give you all the fucking time in the world. You spend the rest of your miserable life trying to come up with other sister directors. You won't.
Email me loganfranchise@outlook.com and let me know what sister directors are out there.
I used to give this show a solid 5. Now it's about a 3 and meh at times. Well, you know what?
I feel we've been kind of on a roll. Meh at times, right?
Oh, by the way, the show is much better than it ever was under Henry.
I feel like since before the Toy Story days, we've been doing great.
Yeah. So if you don't like it anymore, and if what you're listening to the show for is me pulling random facts from my brain, that's not yeah, I do that, but it's a comedy show. If you don't find it funny anymore, fucking take off. There's a lot of podcasts out there. I would never listen to a podcast that's a 3.
Yeah, me either. But this is a flat out 4.
I would never even listen to a podcast that's a 4. All the podcasts that I listen to are 5s. If it dips below a 5, I give up.
Okay, wow.
I'll drop a podcast like a bad habit. So if this isn't entertaining for you anymore, drop it, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I don't know.
I'm sure they're not listening to this. We're doing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And you said this is not a big franchise.
I don't know. This person strikes me as someone who's going to want to hear their name read on the show, so they'll listen to the next one.
I hope so.
All right. So let's keep going. What were we on?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, I was right about something. The MTV Movie Awards, right? Okay.
Right.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man.
Yeah, you've got these two families, right? They live right next door to each other.
The Zelinskis, Polish, I assume.
Which one do you like more?
Which family?
Yep.
Obviously the Zelinskis.
I agree, but I like that other family too.
No, but the dad, he does learn his lesson by the end of the movie, but he's kind of like a chauvinist prick for most of it.
Yeah, but he does learn his lesson.
Yeah. He's Max Headroom, by the way, the dude who plays the dad. Anyway.
I don't know what that is.
I know. I just wanted to say it for the people in the audience. A lot of people popped for that when I said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His wife, by the way, that dude, Max Headroom, played by Christine Sutherland, a.k.a. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's mom.
Yes, I noticed that.
Well, how were you able to notice that?
I saw her in the credits. I clicked on her name and it said most known for Buffy, and I went, "Oh, D-Train's gonna know that one."
Yeah, she's Buffy's mom, bro. Joyce Summers.
And she dies, right?
Yeah, she does. I didn't know if you knew.
Yep.
That's my favorite episode of Buffy. Is her death episode.
The body.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
All right, so that's that family. They have 2 sons. Russ, who's a little older, kind of hunky, but a little dirty. They're like the Dirt family, a little poor.
Well, he's not that
shitty.
hunky. That's why that's the dad's problem. Is he wishes he was more hunky and a football player.
Well, yeah, the dad wishes he was a hunk like the dad was on the gridiron, but I think he's more of an early 90s grunge hunk.
Right. I have a question. There's a moment where he's
like a little Eddie. He's like a baby Eddie Vedder. This kid.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. There's a point where the dad is showing him if you curl this dumbbell every day for 3 months, then you're gonna be real strong. And the dad tries to curl it, and he can't curl it, and he passes out. Was that real?
What do you mean? Was that real?
What was that moment?
It was supposed to be just a funny pratfall. It wasn't a good moment, but
a pratfall for the son? Was it supposed to make the son laugh? In the son's mind, did his dad just pass out because he can't lift this weight?
Yes. Yeah.
That's very weird.
Because the dad was showing off. And see, that's why the kid doesn't really respect the dad. The dad's trying to push all this shit on him. This boomers all over, They just try to inflict themselves on people.
Right.
The other kid in that family, who is it? It's a son, right?
Yeah, he's got another little kid.
Who's that kid?
He's the kid from Big.
Oh, that's right.
He's
yeah,
the best
yeah.
friend in
You're
Big.
right. He's flat out the
They've got
kid
that
from
handshake,
Big.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know that
I
handshake?
love this kid. I mean, I can't do it, but this kid was like really major.
He's cool, right?
He is cool.
Yeah, he's
like
fucking
undeniably cool.
Yeah.
And like he was cool in a bunch of different shit. He's cool in Big. He was cool in Overboard, and very cool in Pet Sematary 2.
I know he's in Pet Cemetery too. He's very cool
Yes.
in this movie too, kind of.
He fucking rules in this movie. Yeah,
He hits
I
a
would
baseball
say
through the window.
I
That's
think maybe
cool.
he's my second favorite of the kids after
I like the little kid, but I agree with you.
No, little kid's my least favorite.
Oh no, the other two tie for third.
I'll tell you what, I loved that little kid when I was a little kid. Like when I first saw these movies, I identified with that little kid.
This guy should have been Tum Tum.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he's too
Well,
skinny.
no, he's so skinny. Yeah,
he's too skinny.
They needed a fatter Tum.
There was a skinny one though in the second one or third one.
Yeah, the second one was so skinny. You're right.
Perilously skinny.
It's perilously skinny. Yeah. No, so yeah, this kid, I like the glasses thing. I like that they give him the same glasses as Rick Moranis, almost like he got the gene. Like like he was born wearing those glasses.
Right. I like this kid, that little bit that he pulls on his friend neighbor where he's like, I'll let you mow my lawn if you...
Oh, that was good.
That's very cute. And then like toward the end, I'll tell you, I forgot about that. And then toward the end of the movie, it comes back. I was like, oh my God, that was great. That was a great setup for this moment.
I agree. Yeah.
Did you think that was going to come back? Because I really did.
I didn't remember about it. Yeah, I forgot about it completely.
Yeah, that was great. That worked hardcore.
By the way, can I tell you a little bit about the that kid?
Yes.
The neighbor boy who later mows the lawn.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was played by a young actor named Carl Steven Logan.
Oh, is he like dead or something?
Okay, so I'm sorry. So after Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, all right, he went in for a tonsillectomy, Logan. Just a simple tonsillectomy. And got addicted to the pills.
Oh my God. Got
addicted to those painkillers, man. So he developed a horrible painkiller habit. He couldn't get work as an actor anymore because he wasn't cute anymore. Then he started stealing to support his pill habit. His pill habit eventually graduated to heroin.
Oh my God.
This kid, the neighbor boy who was mowing the lawn, was sentenced to 13 years in prison for armed robbery in 2010 and died on my birthday, July 31st, 2011, at the age of 36 of a heroin overdose while in prison in Tucson, Arizona.
Wow. What a story.
What a
not
story.
Not as fun as
the great girl. Carl Steven.
Yeah, not as fun as Amy, what's-her-face.
No, seriously, joining the circus and becoming like a stilt girl, that's way
more cool
than dying in prison of heroin.
Definitely way better.
Yeah. If I had to put the two, if I did a side by side,
if we had to rank them,
pros and cons on both of those. Yeah, I would say circus performer number 1, dead in prison of heroin number 2.
How do you get heroin? You just like tell the guard like, "Hey, get me some heroin."
I think you really do. Yeah,
it's like Shawshank. You just like tell the people, "Hook me up."
Yeah, I think like there's just connects. Like there's outside connects in every prison.
Don't prisons know like all your guards are smuggling stuff? Doesn't like every prison know that?
Yeah, they do, but they don't know which ones, and they don't really care.
Working in a prison would be nuts.
Yeah, I know. Prison's disgusting.
What a crazy life that is. Like
I know.
Working in a prison.
Well, working in a prison, but how about like going to prison? Imagine going to prison.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I have a friend, I mean, not to like bum everybody out, but I had a friend who was going to go to prison and she killed herself the night before she was going to. Yeah, I know. And honestly, at the time, it was fucked up because she was only supposed to go for like a few months, and I was like, ride it out. But like, I get it.
Shit.
It's like, it's so horrible. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, you gotta be tough to make it in prison.
Like, I could do prison if it literally was just like you go out to the yard sometimes, and then you read in your cell. Like,
I would beat everybody at basketball.
that's
and they would
great.
respect
But
me.
what prison actually is like showering with rapists and murderers, and then like getting raped.
And murdered, possibly.
Possibly.
Remember that awesome part in Breaking Bad where they have that montage of them killing all those guys in prison?
Yeah, that rules.
That was so cool.
You're
That's
right.
like the best part of Breaking Bad, kind of.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to the Wire episode where the dude gets hung from the doorknob of the library in prison. It was awesome.
Oh my god! Remember in Jigsaw where she frames her husband and then he goes to prison and he hangs himself?
Yeah,
That was nuts.
yeah, it's just like this. that he was like the Jeffrey Epstein of his time. That guy.
Yeah.
From Jigsaw.
You're right about that. But that guy wasn't murdered.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the conspiracy theories.
Well, that's real. He was definitely murdered.
No, of
right?
course he was murdered. Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They didn't even hide that.
No.
Yeah, the cameras stopped working. Fuck off.
That was the excuse?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like the fucking dog ate. It's the adult my dog ate my
Yeah.
homework.
You're right about that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Zelinskys.
Oh, right.
You've got Wayne, by the way.
But like, can I bring up a few Toy
that's-
Story parallels?
I just want to say that struck me as weird that they'd have a scientist character and name him Wayne. Wayne does not strike me as an intelligent name.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So Toy Story, immediately this movie starts, reminds me of Toy Story. How the houses are set up, they're side by side, directly how like Andy and Sid's houses are, right? And one of them's like the good house and one of them's like the bad evil
It is
kids.
like that. I thought about that too, actually.
Not they're evil.
I was trying to come up with what that was, like that I was thinking of, because remember in Toy Story, like Andy's family moves away and it's like, oh, they must be moving to a nicer neighborhood because they got these dirt neighbors.
Right.
And like that is kind of what's going on here. Like
Yeah.
the Zelinskys are a little higher up in the food chain than this other family.
Yeah, exactly. And then another Toy Story thing is they get taken out in garbage bags. I was like, oh, that's like a Toy Story 3 thing. And then there's a Bug's Life thing where the water droplets from the sprinklers are real giant and they're like
Yeah.
splashing on them. That's a big Bug's Life thing. So like, and then
How'd you
there's, like,
feel
the,
about that effect?
the water droplets?
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Are you crazy? That's interesting because to me,
That's just so cool. to
I
me.
felt like it was the least convincing. Like everything else that happened,
Oh.
I felt like it would probably go down that way if you were that tiny. But like the water droplets, looked good on film. Like it was a good sequence for the movie, but it didn't pass the smell test for me.
No, that's just so cool to me. Being that small and something so small and like the other things would actually be scary, like a bee and a scorpion. But these are just like water droplets.
The
It's so
scorpion
normal.
was really scary.
It was scary. It reminded me of like the thing in It, like the spider monster in It,
I don't
the
remember
TV
that.
movie. No,
I never
reminded
saw
me of
that
thing.
TV movie.
You never saw that?
No, it always seemed scary to me as a kid, and then I never
was
watched it as an
scary.
adult.
Yeah, very scary.
Sorry, what were we just talking about? Ugh.
I don't know. The water droplets.
Oh yeah, the scorpion. You know, he used kind of like a Ray Harryhausen effect for that scorpion. It's like
Did you
stop
see my
motion.
review for this movie? Yeah,
No,
that was cool.
What'd you do?
How the scorpion and the ant are the exact same size. Isn't that weird?
Oh yeah, they shouldn't be, right?
Makes no
The
sense.
scorpion
Ants are
should be
very
much
tiny.
bigger.
Yeah, like 5,800 times bigger.
Did you feel bad when the ant died? He was sort of like a mascot
Yeah.
of the film.
I did. I really did.
I thought it was sort of like a bold move to kill the ant.
By the way, I'll say like I know this movie exists. I know like bits from this movie. I know that they like get on a bee and that they dodge water droplets and I know all that stuff. I did not know that the ant died and that was a bummer.
Yeah. You never saw these movies though, right?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, so they're going on a camping trip, fishing trip,
Yeah, the neighbors are going on a fishing trip.
right? And the Zelinskys are dealing with marital woes. Those are the two things that are happening.
Yeah.
You know, I actually really liked the way the Wayne and his wife, what's her name? Diane's
I have no
marriage was depicted. Diane, by the way, played by Marcia Strassman, who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago of breast cancer.
Oh.
But I liked the way their relationship was depicted. Like they're in the middle of a fight, right? When the movie starts, and she has spent the night at like her sister's or something. But still, in the morning, she calls Wayne because he has a big presentation at work that day. And she's like, hey, we'll talk when you get home, but good luck today. And I hope you fucking kill it. And I love you.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill it. He bombs.
I know, but that's an adult relationship. You don't see
Yeah,
that on
it's very
screen
nice.
enough. Like movies have just couples sniping at each other all the time.
The other couple doesn't really snipe at each other either.
Yeah, they like each other, but Christine Sutherland's kind of a doormat. Like she should at the beginning of the movie say, like, could you calm down about this football bullshit?
I kind of like the actor though. That was pretty good.
The dude,
Yeah, the neighbor man.
Matt Frewer. He's
Sure.
been around forever, dude. He's still working regularly.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was kind of like Jim Carrey.
Really? I didn't think of him that way.
Oh, really? I did.
I mean, that's really the only big moment in his performance is that pratfall.
I don't mean like that. I just mean like how he was acting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have a question.
Please.
Big question that bothered me. So I don't know if you want to go like in chronological order or whatever, but there gets to him. He takes him out in the garbage, right? And then he comes in and he realizes like, oh man, they're outside.
Yeah, well, he shrinks them. He's got a shrink ray, and it's malfunctioning, and it goes off, and they get shrunk along with the couch. And so he is mad at the shrink ray. He goes up to the attic. He breaks it because he thinks it's just a piece of shit. And then he sweeps up his place, takes the garbage out. When he goes back upstairs, he finds the fucking couch. He's like, holy shit, this is a tiny couch. Oh my God, where are my children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
so
he instantly knows they must be in that trash bag.
So we get a scene where he's outside, he sees the trash bag, he sees like the hole in the trash bag, and he starts walking back inside, and then he realizes, oh, they're in the grass, I gotta walk on the fence, right? But he had to have gotten outside, right? He had to have walked through the yard to get outside.
Yeah. And he's realizing in that moment, it might already be too late.
But we don't even see that part. Like that could have already happened. But we just completely skip over that first part.
Oh, you're right. We should have seen him. You're right. We cut to him already on the curb.
Yeah, like they want to make you not even think about it, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right.
But if you think about
and
it.
I didn't. It worked with me.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm a fucking dummy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. Instead of Henry. You hear that, Scarlet, whatever?
Right.
That was a person who hated on me.
Right, I forgot about I already put her out of my mind.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Could have been a man.
Whatever. So the now Wayne Zielinski knows the situation. Let's get the neighbors in on this. So they have like the people they're going on the fishing trip with show up, and like they have to not go on the fishing trip because
Did you notice
their
that
kids
guy?
are missing. Who was the guy?
He's the guy from High School Musical 2 who works at that country club who Sharpay's like always sniping at the whole movie to like do his job.
Yep.
He's that guy.
Great. And I recognized the woman from she's the front desk person at the sheriff's station in Twin Peaks.
Wow, I thought I knew her voice. I didn't really look up her voice stuff.
Kimmy
but
Robertson. Yeah, she
she's definitely
sounds
in
like
stuff.
this. She's one of those women who just never stop talking like a baby.
Yeah, she's definitely in stuff.
I always liked Victoria Jackson on Saturday Night Live. She was she was like that. Like her voice was real high and baby like that. And I remember reading an interview with Nora Dunn, who was on the Saturday Night Live cast with her, and she said a quote that always stuck with me. She said, "I don't respect women who don't know how to use their lower register."
Wow.
And I was like, that rules.
Sick burn.
Yeah, it is a fucking sick burn. And Victoria Jackson deserves it because she's like a huge fucking, I think she's like Q now.
I only know Victoria Justice. That's the only one I know.
No, yeah, that's bringing your youth into it. Well, I only know her because she's co-starred on a
Liz
show
Gillies.
with my girl Liz Gillies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh. By the
You
way,
like the part where
did you see that Elizabeth Gillies and Ariana Grande dressed up for Halloween
Yes!
as Jane Lynch
Best
and
in
Jennifer
Show.
Coolidge in Best in Show? That
That
was
was
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Have you seen The White Lotus?
No, I gotta watch it.
What the fuck? How? Have you not seen it yet? You've avoided it for 2 days or whatever.
I'll watch it like when I have time to like really focus on it.
I'm sorry.
I usually wait for shows
Are you
to
gonna watch it by Friday?
Yeah, I usually wait for shows to end the season before I watch, but I don't think I can resist with The White Lotus. So
And we're doing a show where we talk about stuff we watch. I feel like that'd be a great thing to talk about every week.
all right, tune in this Friday, patreon.com/the franchise. Hey, I'm watching it. And we'll talk about the first episode of The White Lotus.
We'll have that and Barbarian that we've both seen.
Great
So
point.
that'll be good, actually.
Yeah, we'll discuss Justin Long, Scream Queen or not.
do you like the part where the neighbor husband is trying to like quit smoking through the whole movie?
Yes.
You like that?
Yeah, I really do. I like it. Really lets you know how close knit that family is next door. I like the moment where he flicks his cigarette and it lands.
That was nuts.
Yeah, it lands near them. It's a giant fucking cigarette, and the little kid from that family, like the one from Big, goes, "Oh, Dad's smoking again. I thought he quit." And he goes, "Yeah, that's Dad's brand, but he only smokes when he knows something's really wrong or something like that."
That was sad.
And it's like, yeah, it's because you guys are missing. I thought that was pretty moving, actually.
But he does do it like before they're missing too. So I don't know why he's smoking so much.
Well,
But
he's
she does
stressed
catch him
out about
outside.
the fishing trip.
Oh, is that what it is?
He
And his
wa-
son quit
He wants
football.
his
He's
son
probably
to be
bummed
more of
about
a
that.
man.
Yeah, that's what it is, really.
Yeah.
I thought that was a crazy move, though, to flick your cigarette in another person in your neighbor's yard.
Well, he doesn't respect the Zelinskys.
But come on, and he also talks like in the whole movie about how you have the worst lawn, you never mow your lawn, like this is the tallest grass there is, and you're flicking cigarettes into their
Well,
yard?
he's not going to throw it on his own lawn, and if the grass is overgrown, it'll hide the cigarette.
Then put it on the road and stomp on it or something. I don't know.
Listen, cigarettes are gross. Where did all the cigarettes go? Like, can I ask you this? Because
It's a great point.
for
That's a great point.
for all these years, like hundreds of years, people are smoking cigarettes on a
just
daily basis
flicking 'em
and
everywhere.
just flicking them out. Where are they all?
This is a great point. Birds? Squirrels?
Do they dissolve? I don't think they're biodegradable.
I don't think so either.
Is the
This
air
is a
just
great
made of asbestos
question.
now because of all the discarded cigarettes?
We had a mic issue. We don't know what happened with the cigarettes. Let us know if you have any theories about what happens with cigarettes once people flick them.
Even conspiracy theories, maybe. Like
Yeah.
maybe birds aren't real. People want to pipe in. Let us know about the cigarette theories. I guess I'm not that into conspiracy theories these days, though. I'm thinking I might go boycott the Nets. Like, I might go to the Barclays Center and hold a
Did you see
sign.
that photo from yesterday?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think I might join those people. I'm gonna hold up a sign that says Netsies
What does that mean?
because it's the Nets, and also they employ
Like
a Nazi.
Etsy?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you didn't get that, maybe it's not good.
No, that is good. But if it would have but I was thinking Etsy, but it would have a Z, right? So it'd be pretty obvious.
It would have the Z.
Yeah, that'd be obvious.
And then, well, maybe to make it even more obvious, I'd put like a picture of Kyrie
Swastika.
with like a Hitler. I don't want to put a swastika.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's where you were going.
Jesus. No, I'd put a picture of Kyrie with like a Hitler mustache on him.
Should I change my fantasy name? My fantasy name is Cobra Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean,
Should I change that?
do think that if you are currently watching the Brooklyn Nets or paying attention to them, well, I mean, paying attention is fine.
I watched them play the Bucks earlier.
Did you root for the Bucks?
Yeah, this was like last week though.
Good. Look, it's a horrible thing what's happening right now, and the NBA should be fucking ashamed of itself.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? That's a great film.
Boy, oh boy.
I guess we didn't really touch on the daughter that much. Like she's supposed to be making it back so that she wants to like be asked out on a date or to the dance by the guys. Like she wants to go to the mall, but then she meets this cute little neighbor boy, and she doesn't want to go to the mall at the end.
That poor
She
guy,
likes this
right?
guy.
You ever think about that mall guy?
Like, yeah, I guess he was
He's
stood up,
standing
right?
there at the mall thinking he got stood up. And then the next time
Well, he
he
was stood up.
sees this cute girl, she's going to be like hanging out with this fucking dirt kid.
But I don't know why she doesn't like him. He seems pretty cool.
He just seems dirty, you know? It's
Does he?
He's gonna
I
be.
didn't get
Look,
that.
listen,
You said that a lot.
this girl is going to be somebody in life. All right? Her mom's
Yeah, she's gonna
ambitious.
be a circus worker.
No, I don't think so. I think like this girl should be like I think the best version of a reboot of this franchise would actually be her, like taking the reins of the science in the family, and Rick Moranis is an old man or something instead of Josh Gad. Like she's easily the most compelling character, and so like you want her to succeed in life, and you think she will. She seems like the kind of person that might be like valedictorian or something. And like this kid next door, like he's all right. He seems like a sweet guy, but I mean, the family's poor, and
But they have this invention. They're about to be rich. Oh, the other family.
yeah, I think that this kid's never gonna go. He's gonna go to community college. He's gonna be working in a deli. That's this kid's lot in life. Russ.
I don't know. I don't like the name Russ, by the way. Sorry if your name's Russell.
I only knew one Russell. He was my heroin addicted dentist.
The heroin addicted dentist.
Who once was cheating on his wife.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was.
You should be putting a saw trap, am I right?
Listen, he was cheating on his wife. The woman he was cheating on was living in the house with the wife.
What?
Yeah, in the den. All right. And then the wife burnt the house down, murdering her.
Wait. Murdering herself?
No, murdering the girlfriend.
Only the girlfriend?
Yeah, so the house burnt down. The wife got out. The girlfriend died. Does that seem a little suspicious to you?
It does.
That seems like the fucking camera stopped working in Epstein's cell.
You know a lot of crazy stories, D-Train.
Well, my parents used to be like dumb shit drug addicts when I was a kid. So like, I mean,
yeah,
they hung out with some seedy types before they got their shit together.
Yeah. All right. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What else happened?
Oh, okay.
I did like that moment where the mom's like, that lady better, she better not be doing it with those other boys.
What?
The mom, she's like thinking about them at night. She's like, it's at night and she's with those boys.
That's right.
She better not be, there better not be tomfoolery going on.
It's kind of true though. They are like out camping by themselves, and she's right, aren't they? They do kiss like for the first time that night.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. How they end up getting back into the house?
The dog saves him, and then he like takes him and he goes to the bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the bowl of cereal. Although it did remind me of a video game that I had as a kid for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was a Micro Machines racing game. So you were racing as like tiny little cars, Logan. And so the boards, like the race tracks would be like a pool table. Like you're racing around a pool table. And one of them was, I remember, the breakfast table. And you'd like go through syrup and it would slow you down. It was great.
Yeah. So what was your point? What got you on that?
This kid being in the bowl of cereal really reminded me of that game. And it made me want to play it. If anyone knows of an emulator, I'd love to know.
I had something on the bowl of cereal. The littlest boy, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay. The littlest son, the one with the glasses. His IMDb photo is him in the little bowl of cereal.
I fucking noticed that.
Like
it's a black and white picture of him just hanging on to that
that made me think he was dead. It made me think this kid was dead.
No, he just didn't succeed.
Yeah.
This was the height of his career.
Yeah. It really was.
None of them succeeded. Like none of them, not a single one of them are still working regularly.
Not in the acting
today.
world, but she went on to be in the circus.
I will say the kid Russ he's working a little. He gets roles.
Yeah.
Like, he's
okay.
still acting as an adult, so good for him. He's the only one. He's certainly not dead in prison. He's certainly not on stilts. He's and but he's hanging in.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's nice.
Mhm.
I have one more thing,
Yeah.
and then basically done. I like the moment where the neighbor, because the neighbor basically is like, before you bring them back, you need to do it on something that's living, right? And the dog runs away. He's like, I'll do it. I'll step up. You can.
I love that. I love that moment. First of
Yeah?
all, it's very funny that the dog runs away,
Yeah, very funny.
because I like anytime an animal understands what a human is saying and reacts to it.
That also reminded me of Toy Story 2, how they were little talking to the dog.
Very good. Yeah.
That was another Toy Story thing.
Mhm.
So they do all Toy Stories and Bug's Life. Um, but
this was first. You ever
Right,
think
right.
maybe those were ripping off? Honey,
yeah,
I
I
Shrunk the
did.
Kids?
Yeah, I did think about that. But I like how he goes little, comes back big. They're like, all right, well he
He
can.
goes little. He goes. I like the way you put that.
And then and they're like, all right, well it works. And the guy puts his hat back on, and the hat doesn't quite fit properly, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And you don't even get a conclusion for that, but you're like is he like a half inch shorter than
That's
he
sort of
was or something?
fascinating, isn't it? Like, it didn't nail.
I love that
the
part.
regrow. Yeah,
That's my favorite part of the whole movie is like he will go forever not knowing if he is like a little bit smaller than he was.
yeah. It sort of makes you want more adventures.
We'll get more adventures.
Well, I guess we will. I guess we get a lot more adventures. There's the TV show too. We'll talk about that. So
3 whole seasons.
Yeah, next week. I mean, we'll grade an MVP and LVP in a second. But next week on the show, we're gonna do Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. The kid didn't explode though; he just gets taller. And then Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which went straight to video. And then I'm gonna try. Here's my endeavor. I don't know if I'll succeed on this.
You don't have to do this.
No, here's what I'm gonna try to do. If you think I'm saying I'm going to watch the entire Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show, you're high.
That's not what I thought.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm going to try to watch the pilot episode of the TV show and the finale of the TV show. Yeah.
All right.
I used to want to do that as a podcast. That was an idea I had a long time ago.
It's a great
Take
idea.
a TV show, just cover the pilot and the finale.
It's a great idea.
Thank you.
I've also heard ideas like doing the previously on the show. You just watch the previously ons for every episode. Talk about that. Talk about what happened in the previously ons.
I don't know about that.
All right, I
That sounds like the minute by minute podcast. That's like a little too much for me.
That's what Tim's doing.
I know, it's too much.
5 minutes at a time. Well, I guess he's done with that. I also, when the little kids get big at the end, I was like, oh, now that kid has a chance to get big, like his friend in Big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I also want to say that when you saw this movie in theaters, you got a Roger Rabbit cartoon at the front of it.
That's cute.
And we didn't even mention this, one of my all-time favorite movie conventions, animated opening credits.
That's one of your favorites?
I love animated opening credits. My favorite.
Would you rather have animated opening credits or picture closing credits? Or blooper credits?
Oh my god. Oh my god. All my faves. All right, number 1, picture credits.
F, marry,
picture closing
kill.
credits.
Those 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry closing credit pictures. Okay, I love that. I'm gonna fuck animated opening.
That's why I love Scream, because it's videos, but then it goes into like still photo.
I know, it fucking
It's
rules.
best of both worlds.
Best of both. And then I'm gonna kill the bloopers. Unfortunately, as much as I love bloopies.
Yeah, I understand. But then Hubie, no more Hubie bloopers at the end.
It will never be worth it to me again to watch a Jackie Chan film because I'm just watching for those bloops.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm just watching for those sweet, sweet bloops.
What does it do? Like he messes up the kung fu stuff?
Yeah,
all the
he's
cool
hilarious.
tricks.
No one bloops funnier than Mr. Jackie Chan.
Yeah, you're right. He's great at going from like in character to just Jackie Chan. You're right about that. He's very funny.
All right, what do you give this movie?
I give it solid 3 stars.
Yeah, me too. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, pretty good movie.
That's where I'm at. But honestly, I can't see going under a 3. I saw some people on the letterbox giving this at 2s. That's crazy to me. A 4 seems more right.
It's cute. It's got the heart. It's a fun adventure. It's a solid 3.
Yeah, and it's 90 minutes. It gets in and out. It's got great effects, like genuinely great practical effects and stop motion animation, and like a good young cast. And fucking Rick Moranis
You
kicks
cry
ass.
when Auntie dies, basically.
Oh, I awed out loud.
When Auntie died.
No, at the end of the movie, when when Russ and the girl, what's the girl's name?
Amy.
Amy, when they hold hands for the first time.
Yeah. Okay. When they're about to get got big again.
Yeah. Yes. It was like it I couldn't control it. Like a
Wow.
sound
I didn't have that reaction.
came out of me. It
Wow.
was just my body emitted the noise. Ah.
It was just like that.
Yeah.
Well, so she your MVP? She's my MVP. I thought she was very
mine
good.
too. Mine too. Shout out to Moranis though, always great.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to everybody. I thought everybody was really good.
Yeah,
your-
totally. It was a solid cast. Like to see that Twin Peaks lady even pop up in that one scene, like fun shit.
Yeah, I think she might be my LVP though.
What?
But who else is there? Is your LVP the other wife?
I
She's good though. I thought she's really good.
wait.
This wife?
I think maybe the Zelensky wife. She's just
Yeah, the Zelensky
she's
wife's
not
worse than
in
the
it
other
a
wife.
lot. Yeah, I agree. The other wife's better. The Zelensky wife, played by Marsha Strassman, sadly deceased, I do think like is a very, very underwritten character. I told you I do like that moment
Yeah,
at
it's not her fault.
I like the moment at the beginning, the phone call. Like that's probably the high point of her character in the entire movie. Although, she comes home and I like the way she interacts with Moranis. They have good chem.
Yeah,
She might
I think
she might
if you're
still
gonna go,
be my LVP though. I'm gonna go with her.
yeah, I think if you have to go with the main like 8 of the family, it has to be
Yeah.
her. But you'd rather go her than the High School Musical 2 guy or his wife.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, you like them
Yeah.
more than her, even though she died tragically.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm going with a different person, I might go with the little kid, but he was pretty cute.
No, he's cute. He's
I
cute.
know,
I
I
really
know.
like him. Well, and the other kid guy, you can't go with him. Who knows? Because that moment is so great, and he also died. That was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sad.
I can't give him LVP. He gave us too much value to the podcast.
Yeah, you're right about that. All
Yeah.
right, I will agree with you. We agree on everything. 3 stars, MVP, LVP.
Logan, great to be simpatico with you. See, we get along, Scarlet bitch. We
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on.
That wasn't that what her name was?
No, it was I don't know, Scarlet something.
Scarlet Walks? I genuinely I mean, no, I can't say that in good faith. I called her a bitch because I think she is. So let's keep going. Next week,
we're doing what you
we'll
said.
blow the kid up and shit, and we'll have a great time with that.